Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson 01 X-Force, and this is my Marvel pull list for the weeks of June 15th and the 22nd. Today is the 23rd, and yes, I said weeks because this is last week and this week's comics. I picked them up late last week, so I figured I would just hold on and show them at the same time with this week's. So, first up is one of the most anticipated issues. Definitely one of my most anticipated issues, and that is issue number 160 of the Ultimate Spider-Man Death of Spider-Man storyline. The apparent death of Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And when I say as Spider-Man, I mean Peter Parker dies. So, just like when the Fantastic Four had a member die and it being the Human Torch, that issue was sealed in black plastic. So is this issue. It is completely sealed, and I had no idea it was coming like that until I picked it up, so that was pretty exciting. So obviously, I picked up another issue. I picked up the blank cover so that I could read that issue, and this one I can keep sealed, just like I kept the Fantastic Four issue sealed. So again, for those of you who do not read Ultimate and don't understand the difference, this is not Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man, the one that's with the Avengers and with all the other teams like FF, he is the main Spider-Man, the grown-up Peter Parker, the adult Spider-Man who is in the main Marvel Universe. This is Peter Parker, young teenage Peter Parker in the Ultimate, which is a different reality with the same superheroes. Now, a big thing with the death of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is in the Ultimate universe, when someone dies, they stay dead. This is not a, hey, you died, but a year later you come alive somehow. Kind of like what we're all anticipating is going to happen with Human Torch. No, when people die in the Ultimate Universe, they stay dead. So that is big because that means this is really the end of Peter Parker. He is really dying, and there's this image, this fantastic image, and I'm not sure, but I think it's in this book. Like I said, I haven't read it yet, but it's one of the alternate variant covers, and it's this great image of Peter Parker, and he's kind of hunched over a little bit, and he's walking into the abyss, the great white light, and he's kind of ghost-like, and embracing him is his Uncle Ben. His Uncle Ben is like helping him to go into the great beyond, and it's, wow, what a powerful image that was, and I'm just so excited to be reading this issue. I'm definitely going to want to pick up that variant if I can find it at a decent price. But, man, very exciting. I do not know what they're going to do after this. I don't know if they're going to go ahead and have maybe Peter Parker's clone kind of pop up and become the new Spider-Man. I did see a picture, what it looked like, the new Spider-Man it was all black with red webbing, and it was a really cool picture. But I really don't know what they're going to do. But I'm not really thinking about that. I'm focusing on this issue, which is the death of one of the greatest characters of all time, and that is Peter Parker. This comic in general, from issue number 1 all the way to here 160, has been absolutely great. There are a few story arcs that I didn't really care for early on, but for the most part, it has been 100% solid. And definitely, as of late, it has been extremely good. And this whole Death of Spider-Man story arc has been handled fantastically. The writing, the artistry, what they decided to do with the characters, how they decided to have them meet this challenge has been really, really well done. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this. And like I said before, this is the issue I will not be opening, but I will be opening this issue, which is the blank issue. So yes, I recommend anyone to go ahead and do what they want, they can go ahead and open their bag. I just like to keep it sealed. I'm a collector and I enjoy doing that. But looking forward to reading this. Okay, next up is the other tie-in. Now the funny thing is, I thought that the issue 4 was going to be the end last of this limited run here, Avengers versus the Ultimates. But I was wrong. Here's number 5, and I figured that out once I read issue number 4. I haven't read this one yet, so I'm not going to say it's the last one or not. But I can't imagine them going too far or too much longer, because, I mean, Spider-Man just ended. The book that this tied into just ended, so how can they continue? Maybe it'll be Aftermath. I don't know, but I've been very much enjoying this. I picked it up just because of the whole Death of Spider-Man tie-in. Yes, it took a while for it to actually tie in, but I definitely enjoyed the story, and I really enjoyed the characters. So this limited run here has made me want to go ahead and pick up the ongoing new series starring these characters that's going to be coming out soon. So looking forward to reading that. Next up is another big issue. When I say big issue, I literally mean a big issue. This is the Thunderbolts Fear Itself tie-in. It's a double-sized special, and it's a $5 book. So I was like, wow, oh well. I read Thunderbolts now, and I'm really looking forward to this. Obviously, this has to do with Juggernaut, and he is a big part of this Fear Itself. So very important read, I would assume. I have not read it yet, but it's funny thing is, it's a $5 book, but when I got home, I noticed on my receipt that it's scanned as $2.99. So I'm thinking it's the barcode there. It somehow is popping out $2.99. So I'm curious if any of you have picked up this book, if it's scanned $2.99 or not. You have to let me know. I'll have to mention that to him when I go back in. But it'd be great if I only get charged $2.99. Next up is another bittersweet feeling, just like with the Ultimate Spider-Man ending. This is the Incredible Hulk, Heart of the Monster Part 2. Now, just like Amazing Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk has really popped out like bam, bam, bam. They're never late. They're a lot of times early. A lot of times they have multiple books in a month. And that's what they're doing here. They're just popping them out like gumballs. I wish they would slow it down a little bit, but it seems like Heart of the Monster, the last story arc in the long-running Incredible Hulks, aka Incredible Hulk comic, is going to be coming to an end sooner than I would like. But just like Ultimate Spider-Man, at least it is going out with a bang. It's going out the right way with the masters at work and really showing their love for the character. So, looking forward to reading this. Okay, next up is another book that I thought was ending last issue. I thought that the tie-in, not tie-in, excuse me, the guest starring of Incredible Hulk on the Deadpool, and I thought number 38 was, I thought it was the last issue. I thought it was only a 2-story arc. But once I read it, I realized, just like with the other book, that was not the case. And I was happy, just like with the other book. I was very happy about that because it was hilarious. I mean, of course, here Deadpool is trying to stop the Hulk from smashing him, and even though he was the one that initiated this whole thing, but he has realized that he does not want to die, and he does not want the Hulk to kill him. So he's trying and having a hard time of it, getting Hulk to stop. But it's been hilarious. I'm glad it was more than 2. Looking forward to reading this. Okay, next up is a comic that I actually had canceled, but I so enjoyed the current story arc. This was the conclusion, and I went ahead and picked it up because I did want to see what happens. Obviously, recently, Bucky, the current Captain America, has died. He was killed in battle, and the current series, Fear Itself. So I figured this would probably be an important issue in some way. Captain America has not had a Fear Itself tie-in yet. I'm assuming it's going to be the next one, so I'll probably be picking that one up as well. And soon, it'll be relaunching to #1 with what I assume being Steve Rogers as Captain America. So I haven't read too much of Bucky as Captain America, so yeah, I was going to go ahead and wanted to finish this off. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's good. Okay, next up is Avengers for itself tie-in. Yeah, number 14. This has been great. This is one of my favorite tie-in issues. Red Hulk versus souped up Hammer, the Thing. Bash out. I mean, what more can you say? Great action, and my favorite for itself tie-in. Definitely recommend you picking this up. I don't know about you guys, but I rarely get every single tie-in to these events. That's just too much. But that's definitely one of the good ones. Next up is Generation Hope. Now, I'm holding on to this for two reasons. Number one, it's very good from the beginning. It's very great characters, good writing, and I love Hope Summers, and I love this whole thing with her, helping these mutants with her abilities to master and control their mutant powers, as well as kind of forming this what feels like a classic X-Men team. It's been a really good read, and I'm having trouble letting go of it because I'm trying to cut a lot of my Marvel books back so I can get a lot more DC with this whole relaunch, because I'm excited about that. So, yes, again, also, I'm very interested in the X-Men Schism. Just like back in the 80s, X-Men's going to have two teams. Back then it was Gold Team and Blue Team. Now it's going to be Wolverine's team and Cyclops' team. And the only comic book that's going to be tied into that is, of course, Generation Hope. So I got to keep it through there. But that's okay, because it's good. Okay, next up is, of course, I mentioned this last time. I picked Hulk up that I had dropped a while back. I really enjoyed the first 24 issues, but it was time just to drop it. I'm now picking it up because it is the only Hulk book out. So I picked it up with Planet Red Hulk, Part 1. And here's a continuation of that. Now, this is nothing like Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk was a masterpiece. This is a fun action read. It's it's real light. It's real, if you like action, then you'll enjoy this. I'm not sure how far it's going to go. Maybe just 2, but I'm not sure how this book's going to be with this being the only Hulk book. My She-Hulk book was canceled, and now my favorite, my Incredible Hulks book is ending. So I decided to go ahead and pick this up because it's the only Hulk book out there right now. So I wonder if all the Hulks are going to be eventually in here or not. I'm not sure. Okay, next up is Skaar, King of Savage Lands, limited series 4 of 5. Wow, this has been fun. This is a fun book. If you're looking for just fun action, we're talking Hulks versus dinosaurs, and when I say Hulks, I mean Skaar, son of Hulk. Fighting demon dinosaurs and stuff. I mean, here we have him having some type of dogfight, on a pterodactyl. Great. It's really fun. I love the artwork. It's the type of artwork I really enjoy. Very crisp and very classic drawn hero characters. It's also very colorful. So I've been enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to the last issue, which is the next one. Really curious how they're going to tie this up. If Skaar is going to go ahead and have his own series in the Savage Land or something. So looking forward to that. And this, of course, is Amazing Spider-Man number 663, and this has been out for a while, but it was in my box. They didn't have when it came out. They didn't have my issue, and I was kind of not really caring too much because I'm kind of canceling this. But no, I want to go ahead and read this and see what's going to go with this new team. See how it's going to be tying into Spider Island. I've been enjoying it, but I really was focusing on Ultimate Spider-Man. But Amazing Spider-Man has been up and down, but it looks like they're back on track, and it was a good issue. So with that, I'd like to say, hey, is there any of you that would like me to review any of these books? Also, any of these books that maybe you guys are getting? I would love to hear from you. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.